Hi guys, made a video about this image that tried conveying that, hey guys, we're playing with Lego blocks. We have the base plate, we add a desktop, XFCE4 goodies, or Plasma, or Mate, and you end up with something livable, but not nice. So you add more icons, themes, applications, and that's the thing, you can create anything with Arch. We went into a technical study about the packages, and from now on, well, the next video, this video, is gonna be about let's build it. But maybe in this video as well, ArcoLinux B is where you get all the knowledge about building. So build your own ISO, what is the idea, extras maybe, and tutorials to explain how easy it is to add things to your system. Doesn't matter if names are here that are not currently available anymore, so archived, because it doesn't matter. It's still the same ISO, we just named it differently, right? ArcoNet, Arco Pro, Arco Plasma. It's still very much the same thing, even though the name says differently. Okay, so have a look at all these websites, information, and let's build it. So what if we get into detail? So we went into all this stuff, but Celtic's repo, we can add it. For example, let's make it super complex. We have here 24.10.01, that's the release of today. We're building it with this version, and we want to have the Celtic's repo as true. So give me add to the ISO, to the future system, the Celtic's repository, true. We could also add the personal repo, but then you have to get to know, well, let's make this bigger. A long URL, use our knowledge and create your own icon theme combo, use GitHub to safeguard your work. So it is explained how to add a personal repo. So you need to do several steps, not lots, but several steps. Definitely, and one of the steps is it needs to know where it is. So naming, that's one thing. Telling the sign level is the signing level, optional, trusted only, and where can I find it. The repo is this thing, that's the variable, this equals that, and Arch is x86_64 for Arch, he knows. So if I I'm going to activate true and personal repo is true, it's going to do more. It's going to add, this is not ArcoLinux anymore, right? This is you making decisions and choices to add some things. And what are those things? So this one is the Celtic's repo. This is no Celtic repo, right? So it's going to add these lines now and not those lines. And for the rest, we need to go in here. Packages x86-64. You see here Celtic's AOR. One of the things, let's have a look. Yay, flat remix. Is it still only? It is still only on Celtic AOR. So the flat remix is this one, is AOR. We don't have it, we have a Git version. It's not the same thing. It's 4 extra characters, it's not the same thing, right? And all the rest is AOR. So basically, you can't install it. Sudo pacman, that's the thing, right? You need to be able to do it with pacman. Flat remix. He'll say, he's pointing to Git, okay. My mistake. So this would be probably a bad example. Let's see if sudo pacman -s colloid, let's see, cursors git, voila, that's better. So this is a bad example, so we need to delete it because well, pacman says, oh, I found something, I found the Git version, I'll use that. No, it's not the same thing, right? But voila. So this is actually working perfectly. The colloid cursors git is something that's only on ChArcoLinux AOR. So I want to have it, and you keep on making this list longer. I'm not sure if I have an URL or if it's fast to find the URL, but there is a ChArcoLinux repository which we can add. Let me see what was the... There was a way to do that. No. So let's go to Pacman. Let's see what I have in here. There is no ChArcoLinux AOR in here. What I want to do is add lines, and actually it's already open. These lines, right? Control C, it's open. Why can't I just add it? Control Shift V, Control X, yes please. When I do update, it has an extra line, ChArcoLinux AOR. And when I use another terminal, another workspace, I do PAMAC Manager. I can look at them at my convenience and scroll through them or search for them, right? There will be things in here that we won't have. There are 4,000 packages on the ChArcoLinux AOR. We have 1,000 packages, so logic says there are 3,000 packages more. So Balena Etcher, I'm not sure if we have that one. Yay, Balena Etcher. We don't have it, right? So it's buildable. You build it via AOR, but it's also installable. Sudo pacman -s. So if I add Balena Etcher, it will come from ChArcoLinux AOR. Control Shift C. And that's the thing, right? What should I add to the ISO? Well, either you know or you search. And that's the search. This was the search. How do I know what I need to install? Time, experiments, installation, right? That's the way. Figure it out. Is the black box terminal interesting? I don't know. YouTube, search, other videos, do I like it? No, waste of my time. Okay, next project. So figure out what you like, put them on the file here, in the file, packages x86-64, save, and build it. So another thing we can do is the personal folder. Personal folder can contain files, configs, anything, right? One of the things that might be fun, just as an experiment, is go for wallpapers. I have here some wallpapers, favorites of wallpapers. How big is this? Properties, 500 megabyte, right? Fine. I like to have my Wallhaven favorites on my personal ISO. Done. Wallhaven. So on my home directory, it will say the similar things as I have here, plus Wallhaven. Here it will come on your system, Wallhaven. But first it will go in personal, of course. It will end up in a folder called personal. Yeah. So the rest is just removing and adding. If you say, I'd like to have this, I don't like to have that, up to you. It's just a hashtag away. Control find. Firefox, for example, is here. We don't install Vivaldi, but I like Vivaldi, so I want it. Save. Chromium, is that installed? Chromium, it's not. I'd like to have that. And I know if code is installed. So an editor, lots of codes, but none of the editors. So I put at the very end, I say, just get me code. Doesn't matter if it's this text, right? I can put it in the beginning as well. It doesn't matter. I can put it somewhere here. Doesn't really matter. It's just for convenience sake. It's okay. What I changed is at the bottom. What I have added is on the bottom. So just for you, the order. Okay. Anything else I'd like? Is VLC installed? It's not. Okay. Now it is. And so on and so on. And start removing things you don't want. GIMP is also another choice. If I use GIMP, then I want Inkscape as well. Okay. And then we build. That's it. Let's have a look. So, chaotic repo, personal folder, choices to get rid of, to add, build. And that's the power of ArcoLinux. Build the way you see it. So it's a little bit of Lego building, Lego blocks. Throw out some pieces of Lego, add some pieces of Lego, and there it is. And we have liftoff since Balena Etcher is here. That's a choice. Colloid cursors is not coming from ArcoLinux, it's coming from chaotic repo. So he got it, he found it, and we can check that up here somewhere maybe. Here we are. He knows chaotic AOR. He also knows my personal repo, from which we don't install anything at this point in time. It's just some icons and that's it. Icon themes. So chaotic AOR, personal folder, off it goes, building an ISO. You can keep an eye on it. So ArcoNet build is here, and the future system is here. And here is your personal folder, and in personal you'll have all the wallpapers you like. It's gonna be there, and all you need to do is copy paste it over to your own home directory, and that's it. And this can contain MP3s or configs or your Bazure C or Bazure C personal or anything, really anything you like to have. Even applications, complete applications, even if they're 1 gigabyte big, right? Just put this on the ISO and put it on the future system, and you say, if it's an application, sudo pacman -u. You install stuff. Since I'm now on fish, that's actually a good idea to type it out, sudo pacman -u, right? And it provides us these things, some information about you. Upgrade or add a local package. You install, that's how I try to teach you the you. You're going to install things, right? The things you've built yourself from this folder. All right. In case you're wondering, hey, what's this fish thing? All right, have a look at some videos. This is the shell fish, FF. That's how it's written, fish. And I'm sure there are quite a few videos out there, and the ArcoLinux Tweakle is there as well to explain what fish is and how to get it. But we are interested in the ArcoNet out, so the folder where the ISO will come. So let's just pause the video and boot it up later on in a virtual machine, VirtualBox, VMware, QEMU, boxes, probably more, right? All tools to have a sandbox operating system, basically. See you in a bit. One of the things we certainly need to tell you in regards to this particular vision, that it feels like Lego when we work on Arch, is that we actually prove it all the time on the ArcoLinuxD.com website. In phases we go from phases and learning phases and all that, and in phase 7 we start with the Arch Linux ISO. We learn you how to do it by typing everything, learning about old systems and new systems, and finally you choose a desktop. There are all-in-one articles, and there are Arch install articles, and there are spices articles, and all of them have the same modular feeling that anything is possible with Arch. You start with the base plate like in Lego, and then you add a desktop, and each time you choose something different choices, UEFI, X4, sometimes ButterFS, and system deboot or grub or XFCE or SDDM, and then Plasma, etc. Right? It's all about choosing, and this looks like Mate. And yeah, it is starting with an ArcoLinux, and then you can decide to just keep on Arch or add repos from Reborn OS, Garuda, ArcoLinux, and get in configurations and applications and themes and icons and all that, and it will become maybe a blend and a mix of different distros and different packages, because you like the config of i3 from A and the config from BSPWM from B, etc. And you just mix it, and that's what I'm trying to explain with this these 3 videos I've made already. It is up to you to decide what to create, and it's super modular and flexible Arch, and you can reuse things from other people and learn how we do it, starting with an ArcoLinux ISO and build it up and so it becomes an ArcoLinux or a Garuda or an Endeavour OS. That's of course something we won't teach you. We can make from an ArcoLinux ISO a complete setup of ArcoLinux. It's just getting in the repos, the packages, putting everything in place, reboot, you've got ArcoLinux, right? Starting from Arch. That's one of the responses I've made today on YouTube. Yes, you can make, starting with an ArcoLinux ISO, you can completely transform it into an ArcoLinux. It's just about settings and configurations. So do have a look if this is interesting for you. If this is something you want to learn, then certainly these 3 are super interesting, because we have an application called Spices where we add the repos and the keys, and voila, off you go, install stuff from ArcoLinux just by installing this, for example, ChatWM or i3 or etc. Let's wait. It's still building the ISO, so pausing. Let's continue our video. We have here a version number, where it's gonna be, ArcoNet out. So Eric, ArcoNet out. Some ways of checking if the ISO is correct, but that's the major thing. 4 gigabytes already. It's amazing, right? But we've added some stuff to it. We've made choices. So then it's up to you. You go and have a look in a virtual machine, clone, oops, escape, right mouse click, clone this one. Oh yeah, okay, that's different. Normally there's a floating window, this is now on top. No problemo. Arco test, right? Just testing how it works. We get the ArcoNet out, ArcoNet 10:32. In the meantime, with 30 minutes later, I had a visitor, and voila, we boot from this one, start, and try it out. So these are all the options that we have. Open source is the one we need. You can just decide it's going to be the Linux kernel or the Zen kernel, whatever you choose, right? It's just a different, again, another choice. Display failure. Bye. Updates will happen. Messages will change. Cheers. The return on investment for me is that there was an update of one of the dependencies of Calamares, which is our graphical user that we use to install a Linux system. You can install Debian stuff or Arch stuff, other stuff. And I want to see if it's still working. Remember, these days, right Control F, full screen, wait for it, right Control F, full screen. So you don't have to go inside the system. It's now, in my case, 1920 on 1080 as easier. Oh yeah, sorry. So I removed this one, right? But we need to launch it, of course. Easy installation, no internet, always gonna work, always gonna work. All right, online, so many parameters can go wrong, so many parameters, but this is the most fun because we can choose a lot of things. So this again is another choice you have to go over and decide. If you say I don't know what to choose, use the default that we've been using for the last 6 years or so, right? A grub, and then boot up. Grub is graphical, it's colorful when you boot up, and systemd is black, and refined is also colorful. So my response for my test is clear. I don't need to build calamares again. This is the latest code from the github.com/calamares/calamares, right? Latest code, and it's working fine even after updating the dependencies. So here you have to make and watch some videos. There's also a little bit explaining down here, information. If you go for ArcoNet Advanced, XFCE 4 is removed. You need to select the desktop and more. So basically, if you go back here, choose your language, which I would always recommend to be English, so you know the technical terms, so you can Google them or search them on the internet. Use technical words, English words. We have 2 kernels already. Why would I add more? So driver should be okay, but even if you need it, it's there. SDM is already there, is installed, so I don't need this either. So here is the real decision maker. XFCE4, this one, it's gone, right? It is gone if you choose advanced. So I need to make a choice. I'm gonna go for i3, a tiling window manager. A few days ago I made a video about Hyperland, and I've made Hyperland exactly the same, how i3 behaves on a dual screen. 5 desktops to the left, 5 desktops to the right, and made exactly the same setup in Hyperland. So i3 is the choice, and you choose anything from ArcoLinux that you like. Go next, anything from communication or connect remotely. So there's some groups in here for development reasons. Can go maybe for Visual Studio Code, or the other one, which is code, basically the same thing, right? Just different. Look it up, Panic Manager, and see what the difference is. It goes on, choices, choices, choices. And to be a little bit faster on our end, we've made our choices at the very end. ArcoLinux Development for developers and beta testers. We just click here, and we got everything I want on a system. Well, not everything. That's why we have ArcoLinux Nemesis, github.com, Eric Dubois, ArcoLinux Nemesis. That's where I really get everything in. But this is the minimum I'd like to have on any operating system based on Arch. Okay. Belgian keyboard, that's something I can't do without. Next, erase disk, let's take something else. XFS with Hibernate. Again, choices, right? Read, read, read. The defaults would be, I guess, X4, and then choose one of those. So it really is up to you. Doesn't really matter. Well, everything matters, but it's a choice. It's a personal choice, and it should be your choice. No iron. Voila. Next. Install. Install now. Let's have a look at the changes that we've made. So Control Super Shift Enter. Voila. Super Shift Enter. File system. Look at that. Personal. Wallhaven. Everything is here. It's not in the live user here. The live. The only thing you need to do is just copy paste. But this doesn't make sense in this setup, right? You're not gonna do anything in the live DVD. After rebooting, this folder will be there, and I can say that's where the wallpapers are to any of the desktops that you want to use later on. i3 in this case. And I guess we can go and have a look at pacman.conf as well. Here's the pacman.conf, scrolling down. So we have Nemesis repo here, chaotic AOR here. There's no space in between, but this is a live environment, so again, not important. So that's nicer, but doesn't really matter, as you see. Doesn't care if there is a space or not. It is a computer. Let's wait for this to install. We boot up. We should have i3. All right. There we are. Let's restart. System reboot, it's all about choices. So grub, systemd, refind, Zen kernel, XFCS file system, choose. And remember the right control F if it's not full screen. So this is of course something you can launch from these buttons. Still some information here to remember how the new vision is here with the 3 ISOs. And then we don't want to see this again. Don't want to see this again if you know the shortcut keys out of your head, does it say? So super C by Alt N, give me another wallpaper. Super Shift Enter, give me file manager. We have here in the file system a folder. Whatever you put in here, it's in here. Whether it's hidden or not, it's in here. Control C, and you can copy paste it over, or alias personal. Let's have a look. Basically, it's gonna copy paste everything that's in the personal folder to your home directory. So I can just type personal. That's it. Now this Wallhaven folder is now gonna be in here. All the wallpapers are here. You can say to NXFC, for example, that's where the folder is for my wallpapers. In Plasma you can say exactly the same. All the desktops are pretty much similar. Here probably I would use Nitrogen to have a look around and say, okay, my folder is actually not in user share background, but I would add it in this way. This is gonna be too small, right? Kill, 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 kill. Launch Nitrogen. Nitrogen, it was installed, I thought, voila. And then you tell it, right? Preferences, add an extra folder. Where's the folder? In Eric, in Wallhaven, please. Okay, and now we have all the folders, all the stuff like this one. Apply. Now we go to number 2, number 3, super 3, super 4, super 5, super 1. This one is maybe a nice one. Apply. Super 2, super 1. Okay, so Wallhaven is there, the folder is there. What we've done as well is an application. Which application was it again? The colloid cursors. That's one thing so the Alex appearance would be a way to do it if it's launching. Let's see. Alex appearance is installed. There you are. Mouse cursor, and here are the colloid cursors. So the white one is the one I prefer. You need to set it and save it, and that, but that's something else, right? That's knowledge. And then there was another application, right, that I did together with you guys, and that's going to here, to here, to here. Well, desktop here, installation scripts. Number so this one. At the very end, we decided to have code and balena etcher. Code and balena etcher. Super D. Code. Check. Super 2. Super D or Super Shift D. Super D is nicer. Balena. Voila. So anything. Well, I should end with this again, shouldn't I? Anything is possible with Arch anything based on ArcoLinux has the potential of becoming anything. It's a Lego. Get rid of things, add things, reboot, play, and have fun. That's the message for these last 3 videos, where I try to express that you can do anything with ArcoLinux or anything else ArcoLinux based, and you can remove things and add things and take control. And taking control is certainly one of the things that we do with ATT. ArcoLinux Tweak Tool is this little thing where you can take on all these ArcoLinux based systems and do your thing, right? Get stuff in, get configurations in, get services in. There are a lot of things you can do with Arch based systems. Enjoy.